I stuck on the wheel of death? Good morning. Welcome to a No Guy Bicycles hanging out with a guy. Yes, I'm in the office doing orders. So come to mind when I do orders, I kind of think about situations where, well, where do I get my orders? Where do I get my parts? And some people are probably like, where do you get these things? And a lot of times it is off of Amazon, and Amazon Prime Day is, well, a good day to have a live stream to talk about. Are they really good deals? Are they? Are they just convenient or what the case may be? So, any case, this is where we're at. Anyway, so here we are. We're looking at the Prime Day, basically landing page. I think it's probably catered to me in one of those situations where yeah, kind of interesting where, like, oh, you got your stuff that you purchased, and we have a share account. So it could be some of my wife's stuff on here too, that kind of thing. But what makes it a big deal? Well, the hype and the promotions and all that just is insane because you get bombarded like Amazon Prime. It's like they're trying to make a Black Friday in July, which makes total sense because we need sales offset the big Black Friday. But running a business like mine, yeah, I do definitely leverage Amazon to get parts to me quickly, like chains, cassettes, and tools and what have you, that kind of thing. But when you're looking at some of the stuff, I mean, the Prime deals are probably good if you're just going to be browsing and shopping. But if you're looking for something specific, that might be a little more challenging for certain aspects of doing the Prime. But in any case, how do you leverage Prime? Well, a lot of other companies are trying to basically look for piggyback, right? They're trying to piggyback on other companies. Well, example like me, piggyback on this because I have my own Prime, or not Prime, but my own Amazon store. And looking at the Amazon store, I've actually categorized tools and what I use, and I kind of embed those in my videos. A great place to do such. Detailing is another great opportunity for me to show what I do to the frames, and also give you the ability to purchase or get the same types of stuff. So, like, let's just pick on lithium here because I got the email and there's saying like 30% off Prime Day. And it's like, okay, that's cool. But it's not on all their products in their actually repertoire of products that I use, where the ceramic slam is basically the big hitter for me. Right. I use quite a bit of that on, frame detailing and so forth. And it is, 30 bucks. It's a kind of a lift, but as I say in my videos, you use a little bit for your bike, so it'll go a long ways. But that in mind, when you look at other products, for some reason I can't go back on this guy. For other products in that case, or does it just follow me? Okay, there we go. Other products in this case, you are looking at like the hyperclean. I use quite a bit of this too. And there it is, 30% off there. So you can actually leverage that. Man, 15 bucks, that's actually pretty good. Pretty good pricing. And when you're looking at retail in general, I want to just emphasize in retail in general, when you're looking at like 5 to 10 to 15%, that's your common discounting, and you'll see that across the board. But when you're seeing dipping into 30% to 40% off, that's where they're kind of like, we need to move this product and make it go away. So that being said, yeah, that's actually a pretty good deal there. But how do you leverage this? Like, well, I want this, but also I want that. And well, you basically go to the company's website, that kind of thing. Let me see if I can jump over here. Yep, there we go. So, and I want to make sure this is carrying over. There we go. Okay, so it is jumping over. Oh, yeah. Sorry, first day at the lake of using this particular yard stream to go through screen shares. So they have their own lithium products here, right? This is auto detailing. The reason why I use their stuff is, well, quite honestly, it works well. And, coming from the cycling industry and looking at products, the car auto detailing's been around for a long time, and you've had a lot of these companies have been, making and refining and making these products to their best ability. And lo and behold, it's one of those situations where um, they're doing the best of what's available. So when you're looking at bike companies trying to buy, make a ceramic coating like Muck Off, that's a good example. They have like a ceramic coating, whatever. They have a couple, but they do 100 different products. Well, this particular company, just this product and just this product only, in a sense of focusing. So they'll be more refined, better quality, that kind of thing. Well, lo and behold, look here, Ceramic Slam. This is the stuff that I use, and it's on sale on their website for close to 30%, 27%. I'd take that. $29 a bottle, you just basically saved yourself $10. So by doing leveraging, and what I'm trying to say really is you're leveraging, Amazon Prime, yes, and some of the deals, we'll look at a couple other ones too, or not the biggest deal, or on sale, but you can actually leverage the actually brand companies like direct, like Lithium, for example, or Park Tools or Ceram and that kind of thing. So that gives you an opportunity to, if you're looking to buy it, hey, I would suggest, only leverage Amazon Prime Day or also Black Friday on bigger ticket items that you're holding out on buying. So you're really kind of, focusing on those particular things, right? And it's big ticket, like Ceramic Slam, tubes, tires, those kinds of things. You usually need to buy that like on the fly. But when you're looking at, for example, we'll go back to here, and going back even further, you're looking at certain tools that are expensive. Okay, hopefully you're catching all this. So for me, the expensive tools, like torque wrenches, they're over like $100, right? And specifically this guy here, the littler one, when it gets up to 14 Newton meter, and this is on sale for $90. That sounds like a good deal. Is it? Let's just take a look. When I do an actual Google search on that particular tool, everybody has that at $90. So you can either get it through Amazon or REI or Jensen's. I usually buy a lot from too. But here's the tricky bit. So if you go to Jensen's, for example, it's a regular price at $90, $95. Okay, during right here, it says right here, 20% of one full price item. Boom, full price item. There's your 20% discount. Okay, you have to do a little digging sometimes to get those discounts. But heck, 20 to 15 to 20% off of $90, that's something, right? It's definitely a dollar amount that contributes to your wallet. And that's where you can kind of leverage that on the bigger ticket items. So I want to kind of just run by that. Reason being is some of these other parts, granted, that's not the prime deal of the day. Well, this ultrasonic cleaner is actually, that's their nicest one, which I wish I saw that when I was buying mine. Has a couple extra little features for $183. Heck, I mean, if mine was going to burn out, that's a pretty good deal. It's almost $100 off there from Crew Works, which is very similar to the Viver. So, if it was flip-flop like the prices, or looking at the Viver one for, I don't know, $3 or $4 cheaper. I mean, kind of made in the same place. And also, this comes with little accessories. That's kind of a cool thing too, because those little accessories cost me like 15, 20, $30 to add that to my own. So, those are kind of things you are looking at when you're doing those kind of searches. But I wanted to bring attention to is Prime really the Prime? Some of those particular ones, looks like I just got stuck on another one. Let me see here. Is not. Oh, okay. Oh, shoot. Sorry, I gotta click the button share instead. All right, sorry about that. Kind of maybe lost you there. So looking at a couple of those items, going through, I'll just redo that. Oh yeah, but what about shipping costs? Well, Prime, if you got the Prime thing, you're getting. Got a question here from Chris. What about the shipping costs? Okay, so when I'm looking at, okay, let's talk about vendors, right? And vendors for the bike industry, you got J&B Importers, which they have a couple locations or warehouses across the nation. Quality Box Supply, QBP, those are like the two, and there's a couple of other ones that are big. To be a vendor with them, you have to commit to a certain dollar amount a year to buy from them, which is, for my size of a shop, is really hard to hit. And secondly, their free shipping is usually over a $500 order, or 400 or 300. That's quite a huge lift. So with me, we're going with lower vendors. Well, Amazon Prime or Amazon, if I have an account with them, the shipping, basically, I can get it overnight on a lot of this stuff without any additional costs. That's one big lift right there. Secondly, when I go to, let's say, Jensen's USA. Like, I have this part here, the Torx I was talking about, and then you can leverage the 20% off coupon that they have going on, which that knocks it down to whatever, 75 bucks or what have you. And anything over, they also have free freight on a lot of these over 50 bucks. So when you're looking at 50 bucks, that's not very hard lift to get to when I'm buying for a little shop like mine. If I need a couple chains, I'll just add a couple tubes to it, and boom, I'm there. Same buying practices when you do in a shop, because you're trying to hit that $400 price. But for me, yeah, I may be paying a little bit more money on those things. That aspect of it. Well, for me, I consider that my costs of running business and not dealing with a vendor, with a contract, with trying to hit certain numbers, and with a higher shipping. Granted, they do have 2 warehouses in Denver Metro, which is really close to me, which I can get the stuff in a day. But hey, Jensen's USA, I can get that within a couple days if I plan it out right. It's like I order on Monday, boom, it's there. Right, in 2 days, in time I get to the repair. Same kind of concept. I'm not a 24-hour service kind of guy, because I like to take my time to work on my projects and so forth. And I don't want to be rushed, and I don't want to, that limits the errors of one can do. So working in shops over numerous years, that's where I found myself to try to leverage my appointment schedule, convince people basically to say it's going to take the 3 to 5 days, because I got other things in the mixes I got to filter in, but I want to spend the quality time. And when I shoot the videos and they see the videos of what I've done, it's one of those situations where they see the value of it. So a lot of the times they'll tell me that they'll like need it on a certain day or so forth, and as long as it's pre-planned, I can do that on the cuff. And I don't do a lot of small repairs. So for me, as a garage shop and not a mobile, I can only imagine the mobile expenses between the vehicle and the tools and insurances and all that aspect of it. Although I have the insurances and business license and all that, but I'm just location. That's where I kind of make it works for me, basically. All right, I got another question here. Found your channel, looking for a Specialized Bay. Yeah, okay, yeah. We did a review on a Specialized Bay comp 2006. Showed up used nearby with a Fitz saddle, Dura-Ace, rim brake, SRAM, Revel Apex crankset for 100 pounds. I don't know the conversion rate for US dollars, but if it's US dollars and it's around 100 to 150 bucks, that's a pretty good deal. Although double check, like I think a top 5 checklist to check the frame when you're out there, check the braking, shifting. If you can't test ride it, don't buy it. All those kinds of things. Look underneath the bike too, because I got burned. There was a big old gap hole underneath the carbon or underneath the chainstay in the carbon. The rest of the bike was immaculate. So take your time looking it over, that kind of thing. But bike prices right now, pretty much in the whole for used, have dropped drastically. So therefore, this is a great opportunity for you to go out, find yourself a used bike, try to leverage these bits of, parts and tools to fix it on your own. If you can't, then you can take it to your local shop. I can almost guarantee you, whatever they're going to charge you, you're still going to be ahead quite a bit than even buying close to new or refurbished from a bike shop around there. Oh, okay. So the thing is, I already have a used Carbon Road Oh, Merida road bike. Okay, because you're overseas and we don't have the Merida brand here in the States because it competes against Specialized. So it's the same ish bike. So, well, if it's a different style model, so like the Specialized Rome versus the Merida model, I'm not sure if that familiar with them, but if it's a Merida model that is the same concept like endurance or race or what have you, gravel, then they're going to be pretty close to apples to apples. But if it's going to be a different style of bike within the Merida versus the Specialized, like the Roubaix is more relaxed gravel, not gravel bike, but it's more not aggressive, geometry. And also it's a little bit older, but doing bikes and refurbishing them for myself in the last few years has been a lot of fun, even though it may be the same model and I switch over back and forth to different types. It's kind of cool. One of those situations where you get to take them for rides and you feel something different and that kind of thing. Yeah, it sounds like a pretty good deal. Oh, it's around 120 bucks. Yeah, I've picked up a couple of carbon bikes around 200 in my neck of the woods, and maybe a little rough, maybe a little work, maybe need a part or here or two. That therefore I've been leveraging the the world of Amazon to get chains and parts and that kind of thing. That kind of deal. So it's a situation where if you need to get those things, you can, but you come across some other bits that they're harder to find, or a broken shifter and so forth. There lies the world of eBay, right? Got to deal with eBay at some point. I was looking. Apparently, I was looking at some parts here before. I was looking for another a trailer hanger puller, upgrade some brakes for a bike I was considering buying, that kind of thing. But let's pick on one here that I may have clicked on for parts, or I was actually looking for a customer. It's like a rear derailleur. I think it was the 8600. He busted up his. Oh, I better put a Shimano on there. Okay, so for this guy, or was it 8660? Well, in any case, this is where I leverage. You'll see a lot of these overseas ones, but then if you scroll through all of those, you'll start finding the refurbished ones, like within the range. I mean, it was a 6800. Let me get that transposed. Let me go back up. Oh, got too many numbers in there. All right, let's take a look at that. There we go. So this is the rear derailleur. You got this particular individual. He got hit by a truck, destroyed his bike, parts. Apparently the frame's okay. So he asked me to look for a rear derailleur, and some of these are pretty good deals. People are just clean it up and put it away. And when you're looking at this, it's like 39 bucks, but I always look at the seller, see if they have a lot of good reviews and so forth, and the description, check out all the pictures. This looks like is a professional guy that maybe flip parts, kind of like when I list mine kind of thing. And therefore, this will work pretty good for him. And for 40 bucks, and also here's the shipping thing. A lot of times you'll get free shipping, or shipping's pretty cheap. Also keep mindful of when it's going to deliver. Sometimes I've ordered stuff. I'm like, oh man, it's like a month out. What the heck? That's kind of crazy. So, those are the situations you want to kind of be mindful. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, one of those situations where, it's like the comment here is even to have around to take friends. It's always good to have backup. If you're into cycling, it's always nice to have a backup bike and that kind of thing. If you're into fixing bikes, that's another great scenario too. But working on those particular things of bringing on bikes on board and fixing it up. This is kind of like where used and new meets in my world, because I don't want to get the replacement 11 speed or let's say 9 speed Ultegra, which would be probably some micro shift inexpensive one. So you can find a used one either on eBay or Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace or something like that, or even Bike List has parts too. And therefore, you can leverage getting those good refurbished bits back onto the bike that are original, so it's more matchy than hodgepodge. Bike shops will only go by what they can order from their vendors, so therefore they're not going to search eBay or Bike List or Facebook Marketplace for used parts. If you vet it yourself and bring it into the shop to have installed, that's one thing, but the bike shop's always going to come up with some quality bike supply version of the 9-speed rotarator, and that's what's going to be there. So if you do a little extra work, and if you want to have them do the work but you want to provide the parts, yeah, and hopefully the bike shop won't be too, I don't know, grumpy about you bringing in parts, because some still do, which I find completely ridiculous. Because as a bike shop, you should be happy if any customer walks in the door. Number one, if they're asking for your professional opinion to have, or your professional services to put those on, which is a great testimonial. And if you do work for them like that, which my business model is based off of that, like you bring in your own stuff. And you bring in your own stuff and I'll put it on, but this is my labor. I'm making the money off the labor. If it's a little extra labor, you get paid a little and charge a little extra labor. But other than that, you can vet whatever parts or prices or whatever. And that saves me time from ordering and getting all that in and investing in the inventory. So it's a two-way street for me. You get the benefit and the savings, and I give you the warm hug of I'll take care of you, and then you're taking care of me. As referrals or reviews or repeat business, right? So bike shops, in any case, should not be refusing any kind of service or being grumpy about any damn thing. If you're walking in the door and they're, you're being, if they're taking care of you, or if you're being taken care of, that's something for sure. But yeah, this whole thing, obviously, I wanted to share how I buy stuff, how I leverage used and new. Amazon Prime is a good day to actually show that and showcase this for showing what I do. Also, it is for like me on YouTube and other channels, a way for affiliate sales. I'm not making, believe me, I'm not making a lot of money off of this whatsoever. Not to the point that, but in the flip side though, I'm the kind of person that I don't want you just to give me money to support my channel. I want you to get something out of it. I feel that way. Because, it just feels more comfortable for me. Let's put it that way. So if you're looking for something and you go on the Amazon and you find what you're looking for and you go through my channel, I get a small kickback. Or if you go to Lithium and you use the promo codes, I get a little kickback. Or if you wanted like t-shirts like this, it's okay. Is my bike okay? I have the Spreadshirt, and it should be a shelf underneath, or there's a link in my description as well. That's where you're supporting. So you're getting something out of it, and I get something out of it. I'd rather live in that world versus just give me money as a Patreon to. That's puts a lot of pressure on both parties, expectations. So it is what it is. And yeah, leveraging Prime could be work, but for me, I've decided to save up all my, you double dip, right? This is funny. Southwest sends an email. I'm like, Southwest, how are they dealing with Prime? Oh, well, they want you to use their credit card to buy all the stuff on the Prime, right? And then you get points. Well, that comes to mind. Like, yes, you're leveraging points on your, like all of us are, between points or dollar back or flight point, whatever, on your cards, right? So you're double dipping. Well, that's pretty much it there, and that's how they're leveraging it. So it's a win-win for all those companies. But there's also, which I found funny, is Bicycling Magazine is doing the same thing. So all these companies are trying to our best products that we found on Amazon Prime, to have you go through their links and to get those cookies. Basically, they get a kickback. So it's all just a huge marketing ploy. But I want to at least give you some information on how I leverage it. And the biggest leverage is not right now, I just showed you, going to just your basic Google searches, right? Oh no, not this one. Sorry. like you put in your part number or if you part whatever, and you just do the shopping. And this will give you a good, they do a pretty good breakdown of where you can find those particular tools. And then you can do your price comparison if you need it on the fly. But on those bigger tools, I've realized last November during Black Friday deals, they'll have those extra percentages. And those extra percentages, coupons, is great to leverage. And also, I use my dollar buildup off my business credit card. So maybe I have a couple $100 by the time November comes around. And then I could put that towards a new tool or some parts or some stuff I've been, a new ultrasonic cleaner, that kind of thing. That way I'm leveraging the points, I'm leveraging the discounts, and on those bigger ticket items, I wait for it. Prime is something, it's great. I think it's more of like a great shopping holiday kind of thing, marketing thing, because it's like, I saw like there's a Lego Star Wars thing. Oh, that's kind of cool. It's like, you'll find yourself going down that rabbit hole, but you don't have to buy all the stuff quite, cross-reference it from either doing a Google search or the product company itself, like lithium. Like I was making an example of lithium earlier, and I want to make sure I share this. So the lithium on their Prime sale did not have the ceramic slam, which I use a lot of on the Prime deals, but on their website right here, you can get it for 27% off, which is $29. And again, for using a ceramic coating, a bottle of this, I think it's like 16 ounces, it's gonna last you. I've used maybe close to 15 to 20 bike frames. So it's one of those things you'll buy once, and unless you start using it on cars and other things, it's going to last you a long time. So therefore, you can still get the deals, because a lot of these companies like Lithium and Southwest and Bicycle Magazine, they're going to pity back on these sales. So they're not going to have everything that they have on Amazon to sell. Prime example. Oh, let me show you this one. Yeah, that's where, go back to my store, share this tab. Okay. So looking at this, like on Adams polishes, for example, not everything has the Prime specials, right? So when you're looking at that same thing, you go to Adams Polishes website and you'll be able to find maybe possibly that other product that you're looking for. And when you're looking at, like, for example, here, the lithium, like I use the Hyper Cleanse, which works really well on cleaning the frame, getting it ready for the ceramic coating, which you can get this on sale for $15. This one's, $29.99. Wait, was that right? Well, that's actually the stage price. Is it available? That was, well, it is back available. Okay, so interesting. It's interesting. Any case, but that's where you can leverage between both back and forth. If it's like the regular price or on sale, then sometimes you use a discount on top of that. Also with lithium, I have a discount code called The Guy. If you go through their website and you do a checkout on this, let's see here. Actually, I think I started one. Use this tab on screen. Okay. Yeah. So I'm doing a little checkout, right? It's on sale for $29. Actually, save $1 off the Amazon regular price, but you can leverage their code on here too. That's where you can do those double. So you save another $3 or $4 on that. Or $4 or $5, that kind of thing, even bring it down even lower. This one covers the shipping. And I think if you hit a certain amount with lithium too, you get free shipping, like $50, like any other companies. Sometimes they let you double dip, sometimes not. That's always one of those situations where it could work for you, work against you, but always look for the better price. You can do the search and so forth. And Amazon Prime, it is good deals on certain things. Sometimes if it's not specific, like if you're looking for a tool, just need a general tool, and you don't really care if it's a big brand like Park Tools, it's just some off brand like Bike Hand or something like that, and you only use like once a year or if only once at all, that might be a good opportunity to pick up a tool with a less expensive part, and you have it in your tool wall as well, that kind of thing. So in any case, I figured I just wanted to do a quick shout out, 30 minutes here of what I do, how I do it, using Amazon Prime as an example, using coupon codes from from direct companies, direct leverage that. Everybody's gotten very savvy over the years on buying things, and actually Prime is another one of those platforms to leverage as well. But so yeah, I mean, save a little bit here, save a little bit there, and before you know it, you can buy yourself a new bike. After a couple of years, considering the new bike prices are today. But you can get a new used bike, like we have one for was 100 pounds in, I'm assuming, England, for a Specialized Roubaix full carbon, as long as it's double check. That may not be a full carbon. That might be a common. They did a aluminum carbon combo, but anyway, I would have to look up the model year. But in any case, yeah, when you're looking at used bikes too, there's different ways. Bicycle Blue Book is one for pricing, but that was actually a developed platform for bike shops to get low trade-in values. So keep that in mind. But it is a good reference points. GeometryGeeks.com is a good one to reference frame geometry. So if you want to, like that Merida versus Specialized, and you get those years, and if they have that information, you compare the geometries of those particular bikes. That will help you on fit, which again, to remind you, fit is number one on any bike. It doesn't matter how good a deal it is. If it's not the right size for you, it's not the right bike at all. So in any case, I'll leave you with that in mind. I put extra information in the description below. If you're seeing this on the replay, please put some if you're seeing this, watching this on the replay, put some comments below. Tell us where you've been finding what some great products have you come across, or vendors that have been selling online and so forth, to share as a community. That's what we're building up here. And thank you for hanging out with me in the garage. I'm actually in the office today, but in the garage usually. It makes you to make this channel. So thank you for hanging out with me. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of the month here. I have more videos coming up. I'm constantly been busy doing tune-ups and repairs and refurbishing. So there's a lot more to come that I just need to edit and find that bucket of time. If you have a bucket of time that you can share, bring it. I could definitely use some. In any case, thanks for hanging out with me. Until next time.